Good morning. Today we will study properties of cyclic groups. In the previous lecture, we studied definition of a cyclic group and discussed some examples related to cyclic group. So today, first of all, we will discuss the criteria for AI equal to AJ, means when we say that two elements of a cyclic group are equal. Suppose G be a group and A belongs to G. If A has infinite order, then AI equal to AJ if and only if I equal to J. If A has finite order, say n, then cyclic group generated by A is equal to A square, A raised by n minus 1, and AI equal to AJ if and only if n divides I minus J. So here the two cases are different. In case of infinite order, if the element is of infinite order, then AI equal to AJ if and only if I equal to J. And if the order of element A is finite, then AI equal to AJ if and only if n divides I minus J. We know that the order of element is nothing but the least positive integer n for which A raised power n equal to E. If A has infinite order, then there is no non-zero element n such that A raised power n is the identity element. Or we can say there exists no integer non-zero number n for which A raised power n is equal to E. So if AI equal to AJ, this is possible if and only if A I minus J is equal to A raised power 0. Post multiplying both sides by A raised power minus J. If you multiply on the left hand side, we will get A raised power I into A raised power minus J, which is A raised power I minus J. On the right hand side, A raised power J into A raised power minus J, it is A raised power 0. And this is possible if and only if I minus J equal to 0. And it means this is possible if and only if I equal to J. It means the first statement of the theorem is true, that if A is infinite order, A has infinite order, then AI equal to AJ if and only if I equal to J. Now we will consider second part. Suppose order of A equal to n, because it is the of finite order and it is given that its order is n. Now first of all we will show that cyclic group A is equal to A square A raised power n minus 1. Now suppose that A raised power k is any arbitrary member of this set, which is a cyclic group generated by A. Now by the division algorithm, we know that there exists positive integers q and r such that k is equal to qn plus r, where r lies between 0 and n. Therefore, A raised power k is equal to A raised power qn plus r, and this is equal to A raised power qn A raised power r, and this we can write A raised power n whole raised power q and A raised power r, but A raised power n is e, because we are given that A is of finite order and its order is n, therefore A raised power n is e. So e into A raised power r, because E raised power q is nothing but E, because E is the identity element, and E into AR is AR. So we have proved that A raised power k is equal to A raised power r, where A raised power k is any arbitrary member of the cyclic group generated by A. It means A raised power k belongs to A square A raised power n minus 1, and it implies cyclic group generated by A is equal to A square A raised power n minus 1. So now we have proved this first part. Now we will prove that AI equal to AJ if and only if n divides I minus J. So first of all we observe that AI equal to AJ means A raised power I minus J equal to E. This we have seen in first part. So by division algorithm, there are integers q and r such that I minus j equal to qn plus r, where r lies between 0 and n. Therefore, E is equal to a raised power I minus j. Here we have, and I minus j is qn plus r. So it is qn plus r or nq plus r. This can be written as a raised power nq, a raised power r. A raised power n is E because the order of A is n. Therefore, a raised power n is E. E raised power q is E because E is the identity element, and E raised power ar is ar because E is the identity element. So we have shown that a raised power r is equal to E, but r is less than n. But we know that n is the least positive integer such that a raised power n is the identity element. This is by definition of order of element. So, but we have shown ar equal to E. Therefore, r should be equal to 0. If r is equal to 0 here, it means I minus j equal to qn. It means n divides I minus j. Now the converse part. If n divides I minus j, it means there exists an integer q such that I minus j equal to nq. And therefore, a raised power I minus j equal to a raised power nq equal to e raised power q, because a raised power n is e and e raised power q is also e. If we post multiply both sides by a raised power j, here it will be a raised power I minus j plus j means a raised power I. Here it will be e into a raised power j, which is a raised power j. So ai equal to ag. So we have proved that if n divides I minus j, then ai equal to aj, and if ai equal to aj, then n divides I minus j. It means ai equal to aj if and only if n divides I minus j, if n is finite number where n is nothing but the order of element a. So the second part of the theorem says that if order of a is equal to n, which is given to us, and a raised power m is e, then n divides m. So in the finite case, the result says that the multiplication in cyclic group generated by A is essentially done by additional modulo n. It means if I plus j mod n equal to k, then ai plus aj equal to ak, and the operation used here is additional modulo n. Thus, no matter what group G is or how the element A is chosen, multiplication in cyclic group A works the same as addition in Zn. We know that Zn is nothing but the group of integers less than n under additional modulo n, whenever order of A is n. Similarly, A has infinite order, then the multiplication in A in cyclic group generated by A works the same way as addition in n. Since ai equal to aj equal to ai plus aj, here the operation is simple as addition in Z, and no modular arithmetic is done. So for these reasons, the cyclic group Zn and Z serve as a prototype for all the cyclic groups, and algebraists say that there is essentially only one cyclic group of each order. It means although there may be different sets of the form a raised power n such that n belong to Z, there is essentially only one way to operate on these sets, and algebraists do not really care what the elements of a set are. They care only about the algebraic properties of the set, that is the way in which the element of a set can be combined. So next we will show that order of A is equal to order of cyclic group generated by A. It means the order of a cyclic group is equal to order of its generator. So for any group A, order of A equal to order of cyclic group generated by A. Let the order of generator of a cyclic group be n. And this implies A raised power n equal to E. Because order of A is n, it means n is the least positive integer for which A raised power n is equal to E. Suppose 0 is less than s is less than n, then A raised to power S cannot be equal to n by definition of order of an element. When S is greater than n, then S is equal to n cube plus r, where r lies between 0 and n. And we observe that A raised to power S is nothing but A raised to power n cube plus r. And it is nothing but A raised to power n cube into A raised to power r. And this is A raised to power n whole cube into r. A raised to power n is E because n is the order of an element, and therefore A raised to power n is E here. Or E raised to power q is nothing but E. So E into A raised to power r, and this is A raised to power r. Thus there are exactly n elements in the group by AR, where R is between 0 and n. And thus there are n and only n distinct elements in the cyclic group. That is, order of group is n. So we have shown that order of a cyclic group is equal to order of its generator. A is the generator of cyclic group, this. Now next we will show that if A raised to power k equal to E implies that order of A divides k. Let G be a group and let A be an element of order n in the group G. If A raised to power k equal to E, then n divides k. Since A raised to power k is nothing but E, it is given, and we can write E as A raised to power 0. It means n divides k minus 0, because we have proved in the previous result that A has finite order. Then AI equal to AJ if and only if n divides I minus j. So it means n divides k minus 0. So it is the result. The next result provides a simple method of computing order of A raised to power k, knowing only order of A. And its first corollary provides a simple way to tell when the cyclic group generated by AI is equal to cyclic group generated by AJ. Let the cyclic group generated by AK is equal to, we will show that cyclic group generated by A raised to power k is equal to cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor of nk. Suppose A be any element of order n in a group G. Let k be a positive integer. Then cyclic group generated by AK, A raised to power k, is equal to cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor of nk. And the order of AK is nothing but n upon greatest common divisor nk. So to simplify the notation, we denote greatest common divisor of nk to be D. Suppose D is equal to greatest common divisor of nk. And let k equal to dr. Since A raised to power k is equal to A raised to power d whole raised to power r, because we have substituted k equal to dr, therefore we know that A raised to power k is a subset of A raised to power d. And we have studied greatest common divisor theorem in high school classes, and we know that there exists integer s and t such that d is equal to ns plus kt. So A raised to power d is equal to A raised to power ns plus kt, and this is equal to A raised to power ns, A raised to power kt. A raised to power ns can be written as A raised to power n whole raised to power s. A raised to power kt can be written as A raised to power k whole raised to power t. But A raised to power n is E. It means it is E raised to power s, which is E, A raised to power kt. So it means A raised to power d is equal to A raised to power kt, because E into A raised to power kt is equal to A raised to power k whole raised to power t. It means this belongs to the cyclic group generated by AK. It means a cyclic group generated by A raised to power d is a subset of cyclic group generated by A raised to power k. But in the beginning we have shown that cyclic group generated by A raised to power k is a subset of cyclic group generated by A raised to power d. Now if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, it means A and B are equal sets. Therefore, A raised power K is equal to A raised power cyclic group generated by A raised power D. But D we have substituted greatest common divisor of Nk. So, cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor of Nk. So, the two cyclic groups generated by AK and generated by A raised power greatest common divisor of Nk are always equal. Now we will show that order of AK is equal to n upon greatest common divisor of Nk. So we will prove this by showing that order of A raised power D, because we have substituted D to be greatest common divisor of Nk, equal to n by D for any divisor D of n. Clearly, A raised power D whole raised power n upon D is equal to A raised power n, because here D and D will cancel out. And A raised power n is nothing but E raised power is equal to E, because order of A is n and therefore A raised power n is equal to E. It means order of A raised power D is less than or equal to n upon D. On the other hand, if I is a positive integer less than n upon D, then A raised power D cyclic group generated by A raised power Di is not equal to E by definition of order of A. This implies order of AD is equal to n upon D, because we have shown that A raised power D whole raised power n upon D is equal to n. So by definition of cyclic group, less than condition is not possible. Therefore, order of A raised power D is equal to n upon D. Now for order of A raised power K is equal to order of cyclic group generated by A raised power K, because we have studied in previous result that order of cyclic group is nothing but order of an element, order of its generator. So order of AK is equal to order of cyclic group generated by AK. So it is equal to order of AK is equal to cyclic group generated by AK is equal to cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor of Nk. This we have proved in last result, that cyclic group generated by AK is equal to cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor Nk. So it means, because order of a cyclic group is equal to order of its generator, therefore this is equal to order of A raised power greatest common divisor Nk. And this is nothing but n upon greatest common divisor Nk, because we have shown that order of AD is equal to n upon D. It means AK is equal to n A raised power greatest common divisor Nk. Order of this is equal to n upon greatest common divisor Nk, using this. So now for some example to discuss these results. If this is a cyclic group generated by A and order of this cyclic group is 10, then order of A raised power 4 is equal to 10 greatest common divisor 10 and 4, because here n is 10 and k is 4. So n upon greatest common divisor Nk. N is 10, k is 4. And we know that greatest common divisor of 10 and 4 is 2. So it means 10 upon 2 equal to 5. Now in Z12, Z12 is nothing but the group of integers less than 12 under additional modulo 12. So here order of 3. Order of 3 means order of 1q. 1q means here 1 plus 1 plus 1. So this is equal to 12 upon 3. Here the order of group is 12, means n is 12. K is 3. So order of greatest common divisor of 10 and 3. Greatest common divisor of greatest common divisor of 12 and 3, because 12 is n is 12 and k is 3. So greatest common divisor of 12 and 3 is 3. So 12 upon 3 is 4. In Z6, Z6 is the group of integers less than 6 under additional modulo 6. So we know that here cyclic group generated by 2 is equal to 0, 2, 4. This we have studied in previous lecture, and cyclic group generated by 4 is 0, 4, 2. Observe that these two are equal. Number of elements in cyclic group generated by 2 is equal to 3. Number of elements generated by cyclic group generated by 4 is also 3. It means that two cyclic group generated by 2 and cyclic group generated by 4 are equal. Also we see that number of order of 2 is equal to order of 4, because order of 2 is equal to order of 1 square. 1 square means because 2 can be written as 1 plus 1 in multiplicative notation, 2 is equal to 1 square, because the operation is additional modulo 6. So 2 means 1 plus 1, but in the multiplicative notation, if we write it as 1 square. So here n is 6 and k is 2. So greatest common divisor of 2 and 6. Greatest common divisor of 2 and 6 is 2. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So order of 2 is 3. Also order of 4 can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, because the operation is additional modulo 6, and in the multiplicative notation we can write it as 4 equal to 1 raised power 4. Here it is not there. So since 4 equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 in multiplicative notation, 4 is equal to 1 raised power 4. So here n is 6 and k is 4. Greatest common divisor of 4 and 6 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it means order of 2 is equal to order of 6. Otherwise also we know that order of a cyclic group is equal to order of its generator. And number of elements here are 3. So order of cyclic group 2 is 3. Order of cyclic group 4 is 3. And order of its generator 2 is also 3. And order of its generator 4 is also 3. So this is what we have proved in theorem also. Thus the advantage of this result is that it allows us to replace one generator of a cyclic group with a more convenient one. For example, if order of A equal to 30, we have cyclic group generated by 26 is equal to cyclic group generated by A square. Because cyclic group generated by A raised power k is equal to cyclic group generated by nk, greatest common divisor of nk. So these two cyclic groups are equal. Also cyclic group generated by A raised power 23 is equal to cyclic group generated by A. Also cyclic group generated by 22 is equal to cyclic group generated by A square. Cyclic group generated by A raised power 21 is equal to cyclic group generated by A raised power 3. Also, if we use the formula order of AK is equal to n upon greatest common divisor of nk, we see that order of A raised power 23 is equal to 30. Because order of A is 30, so n is 30. And greatest common divisor of 23 and 30 is 1. So 30 upon 1 is 30. And order of A raised power 22 is 15, because here n is 30, because order of A is given to be 30. N is 30 and greatest common divisor of 22 and 30 is 2. So 30 upon 2 is 15. Moreover, if one wants to list the elements of say A order of a cyclic group generated by A raised to power 21, it is easier to list the elements of A cube, because it is convenient for us to write the element of A cube. So this theorem allows us to replace one generator of cyclic group with a more convenient generator. So this result establishes an important relationship between the order of an element in a finite cyclic group and the order of group. Now some corollaries. First is order of an element in a finite group. In a finite group, the order of an element divides the order of group. The element of a finite group generated by A are of the form A raised to k. If order of A is n, then we know that order of a cyclic group generated by A is also n, because we have studied in previous result that order of a cyclic group is nothing but order of its generator. So also using the result, order of AK is equal to n upon greatest common divisor of nk. This result implies that A raised to k, order of A raised to k is a divisor of n, because here it is equal to n upon greatest common divisor of nk. The next is criteria of AI equal to AJ, means cyclic group generated by AI equal to AJ, and order of AI equal to order of AJ. Let order of A equal to n. Then cyclic group generated by AI is equal to cyclic group generated by AJ if and only if greatest common divisor of n and I is equal to greatest common divisor of n and j. And order of AI is equal to order of AJ if and only if greatest common divisor of Ni is equal to greatest common divisor Ng. So first of all, we will prove that this first part. So from our last result, we know that cyclic group generated by AI is nothing but cyclic group generated by A raised to greatest common divisor Ni. And the cyclic group generated by AJ is nothing but the greatest common divisor generated by A raised to greatest common divisor Ng. So we wanted to show that cyclic group generated by AI and AJ are equal if and only if their greatest common divisor of Ni and greatest common divisor of Ng are equal. So because cyclic group generated by AI is equal to cyclic group generated by A raised to greatest common divisor Ni, and cyclic group generated by AJ equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Nj. Therefore, it is sufficient to show that A raised to greatest common divisor Ni is equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Nj if and only if greatest common divisor Ni is equal to greatest common divisor Ng. But we know that greatest common divisor Ni is equal to greatest common divisor Nj implies that A raised to greatest common divisor Ni equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Nj. Because if these two are equal, then A raised to greatest common divisor Ni equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Ng. Here A is not there. Now, if we consider the converse part, let A raised to greatest common divisor Ni is equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Ng. It means A raised to greatest common divisor Ni is equal to A raised to greatest common divisor Ng. Their orders are equal because we know that order of a cyclic group is equal to order of its generator. Because if these cyclic groups are equal, then order of A raised to greatest common divisor Ni is equal to order of A raised to greatest common divisor Ng. It means by formula n upon greatest common divisor Ni is equal to n upon greatest common divisor Ng, because order of AK is n upon greatest common divisor Nk. And this implies greatest common divisor Ni is equal to greatest common divisor Nj. By cancelling n on both sides and cross multiplying, we get this result. So we have proved the first part. Now we will show that order of AI is equal to order of AJ if and only if greatest common divisor of Ni equal to greatest common divisor of Ng. So if order of AI equal to order of AJ, so by formula n upon greatest common divisor ni equal to n upon greatest common divisor nk. We have studied this formula in previous result. So this implies greatest common divisor ni equal to greatest common divisor nj, because we can cancel n on both sides and we can cross multiply this. Now the converse part, if greatest common divisor of ni is equal to greatest common divisor of nj, it means order of cyclic group cyclic group ai is equal to cyclic group aj, and this implies order of ai equal to order of aj. We have used the previous result here. So next two corollaries are important special cases of the preceding corollaries. Generators of a finite cyclic group. Suppose order of A equal to n. Then cyclic group generated by A is equal to cyclic group generated by J, if and only if greatest common divisor Nj equal to 1. And order of A equal to order of cyclic group generated by Aj if and only if greatest common divisor Nj equal to 1. This is nothing but the previous result with I equal to 1. And noting that greatest common divisor of n and 1 is 1. Next corollary is that generator of Zn. An integer k in Zn is a generator of Zn if and only if greatest common divisor of nk is 1. Again we apply the theorem knowing that cyclic group Zn is equal to the cyclic group 1. This also we have studied in previous lecture, that 1 is a generator of this cyclic group Zn, which is nothing but set of integers under additional modulo n. Elements here are less than n. And remembering that the operation in Zn is additional modulo n, so that I raised power k is equal to 1 raised power k is equal to k, means it is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 k times, so it is k. So now we will discuss some example. We know that Z6 is nothing but set of integers less than 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The generator of Z6 are the integers k between 0 and 5, such that greatest common divisor of 6 and k is 1. So the elements between 0 and 5 which satisfy the condition that greatest common divisor with 6 is 1 are only 1 and 5. So we can verify that cyclic group generated by 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and cyclic group generated by 5 is 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and which is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have explained in detail in my previous lecture how to calculate these values of the set, and now I hope that you can easily calculate the values of elements of the set generated by 1 and the set generated by 5. But notice that cyclic group generated by 0 is equal to 0, cyclic group generated by 2 is 0, 2, 4, and cyclic group generated by 3 is 0 and 3. Cyclic group generated by 4 is 0, 4 and 2, and cyclic group which is equal to 0, 2, 4. So I think it is easy to calculate. Otherwise you can see that if operation is additional modulo 6, then in case of 2, suppose if we divide 2 by 6, the remainder is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. If we divide by 4 by 6, the remainder is 4. Then if we multiply 3 into 2, we get 6. If we divide 6 by 6, we will get 0. If we multiply 4 by 2, we will get 8. The remainder is, if we divide by 6, the remainder is 2. 5 times 2, we get 10. If we multiply by, if we divide by 6, the remainder is 4. So in every case, the element obtained is either 0 or 2 or 4. So the cyclic group generated by 2 is 4. Similarly, we can check others. So observe that none of these is equal to Z6. Only the cyclic group generated by 1 and 5 are equal to Z6. This is not equal to Z6. This is also not equal to Z6. This is also not equal to Z6. This is also not equal to Z6. So suppose that cyclic group generated by A is a cyclic group of order 10. Then the generators of A are the elements of A raised by K, for which greatest common divisor of 10K equal to 1. Because we know that cyclic group generated by 10 are U10, which consists of elements, the set of all positive integers which are relatively prime to 10, on which are nothing but 1, 3, 7 and 9. And so greatest common divisor 10k equal to 1 when k equal to 1, 3, 7 and 9. So these are two different examples. This is the example of Z6. Here the generators are only 1 and 5, which are equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, these are not generator. This is another example. In this case, we have considered a cyclic group of order 10, which is U10. We have discussed in almost every lecture. And in this case, the generator of A are the elements of the form A raised by K, for which greatest common divisor is 10K, which is 1, when K is equal to 1, 3, 7, 9. Because these are the elements which are relatively prime to 10. So the value of corollary 3 is that once one generator of a cyclic group has been found, all the generators of the cyclic group can be easily determined. So to illustrate this, let us use it to find the generator of cyclic group U50. U50 is nothing but the set of all positive integers less than 50 but relatively prime to 50. So the elements of U50 are 1, 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, 23, 27, 29, 31, 33, 37, 39, 41, 43, 47 and 49. So it consists of 20 elements, therefore order of U50 is 20. And that 3 is one of its generator. It may have other generator also, but 3 is also one of its generator. So if you use corollary 3, then the complete list of generator of U50 is 3 mod 50, which is 3. 3 cube mod 50, which is 27. 3 raised power 7 mod 50, 3 raised power 7. 3 raised power 9 mod 50, which is 33. 3 raised power 11 mod 50, which is 47. 3 raised power 13 mod 50, which is 23. 3 raised power 17 mod 50, which is 30. 3 raised power 19 mod 15, which is 17. I hope you can calculate these values using multiplication modulo 50. No doubt we had to do some arithmetic here, but it certainly reduce our work by finding all the generators by simply determining the order of each element of U50 one by one. So keep in mind that this result and its corollaries apply only to the elements of finite elements. So the result today we discussed will make our work easy to find all the generators by simply determining the order of each element of U50 one by one. Thank you.